All hands, all eyes, move aside. Queen in motion, change the tide. Queen coming through, take note. Not asking, not explaining, I arrive, y'all adjusting. I don't knock, I don't beg, I don't linger. Room shift soon as I lift one finger. You been loud, but your power borrowed. I've been quiet, stacking crowns for tomorrow. Queen coming through, watch the flow bend. Every step precise, every look a
I feel like a queen right now.
You already are. Now you just wearing the crown.
Thank you, I love it.
Ready to show it off?
Let's go.
I move smooth, never rush, never rush. Every step got intent and trust. If you reaching for control again, that's the moment you already lost in love. Funny how the air get tense when I enter, truths get dense. Queen coming through, can't ignore. I don't flex, I exist on court. All hands, all eyes, clear the lane. Crown don't wobble, pressure stay. I don't chase, I don't prove. I step in the world, rearrange. Queen coming through, eyes on me. Silk ambition, still dick free. You can stare, you can guess, but the throne already know it's me. You like puppets pulling strings, I like freedom, sovereign things. You spiral when you ain't lit, funny watching power cling. Queen coming through, don't get it twisted. By the time you blink, the rules been shifted. I don't raise my voice to win, I lower it, that's discipline. You confuse attention with respect, that's where your whole collects begin. Yeah. You feel small when I stand tall, that ain't my fault, that's your wall. Queen coming through, don't forget I expand and let it fall. All hands, all eyes, make it known. I don't borrow, I don't lie, on the tone. I don't fight for empty seats, I sit back and inherit thrones.
There's a thin line between love and hate. Men versus women is a trap. Here's the truth. Come here, let me tell you something. Come here for a minute. I want to talk about something real, because every time I open up my phone, I see the same argument playing out again. Black men saying one thing, black women firing back with something else. Everybody online going at each other like it's a never-ending debate show. People picking sides, posting, reposting clips, arguing in comment sections like we keeping score. Meanwhile, the real issue sitting right there in the middle, and hardly anybody slows down long enough to actually talk about it. So let's keep it honest for a second. A lot of folks keep acting like the problem is men versus women. Like we standing on opposite sides of a ring throwing punches. Body blows, jabs, uppercuts. The low blows, all of that. That's a story people been running with, But if you look a little deeper, the real situation is bigger than that. Every person walking around out here has two powerful sides inside of them. One side pushes you to stand firm, make decisions, protect what belongs to you, and to step up when something needs some leadership. The other side lets you read people, understand feelings, care for what's growing in your life, and guide things with wisdom. Both of those sides belong inside every human being. Every human being. They were never meant to cancel each other out. The problem is that a lot of us grow up only being taught half the lesson. Some young men were raised thinking emotions make you weak. So they learn how to close off their feelings and keep everything else bottled up. Some young ladies were raised believing if they didn't handle everything themselves, nothing would ever get done. So they learned how to hold on to and carry the whole load alone. Nobody really sat down with people and explained how those two sides inside a person were supposed to work together. So now fast forward to Adulting 101. Two people meet each other, right? Each one expecting the other person to fill in the missing pieces that were never got a chance to learn about themselves. And when that does not happen, the arguments start. People start talking about respect, start talking about roles, about who should be leading and who should be following. And then the whole damn time, the real conversation never even started yet. And when those two sides inside of a person learn how to cooperate with one another, everything about how that person moves through their life is going to change. They know when to stand up and they know when to show they care, when to step forward and when to listen. When two people like that come together, the relationship starts feeling like a tug of war. And that's when the real conversation starts to begin. There's no blaming men, no blaming women. It starts with understanding what's going on the inside of us first. Once people get that part right, the way families move is going to be a little different. The community starts standing different as well. It just takes one to realize and then passing that information forward and so on and so on and so on. And there's duality in each and every one of us. Light, dark, masculine, and feminine. Like I said, men versus women is a trap. We're going to talk about it today. You want to hear the truth? I just told you in one simple sentence with all of that. There's duality in each and every one of us. Light, dark, masculine, and feminine. I'll be right back. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready.
Fougère. Feel the pulse beneath your feet. And breath of reflection. Every step a choice. Welcome to your frequency of the soul. Every heartbeat, synchronized frequency of the soul. Vended healing realms. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Healing is work. Shadows arise. You must not shirk. Real talk, no fluff. Step in the light. Integration is God. Transformation is might. Move with intention. Stay rooted, stand tall. The path is the long, but we answer the call. Wisdom in rhythm, soothing the sound, centered in self, feet on the ground.
Thank you, Alicia Dion, for that wonderful music. Girl, Alicia Dion. I'll be missing you, Alicia. Get well soon, baby. Come back. Prayers going out for Alicia Dion. May your health increase. 100-fold. You're very missed. So here's the thing, right? I told you men versus women is a trap. Things start going left real quick. How do these things start going left anyway? Because a lot of people jump straight to blaming each other without looking at what really happened. It doesn't happen like out of the blue. I mean, a lot what we're dealing with now got tethered to the things that go way back, you know? When they're hmm, when was there ever a time when the black household never got hit from every direction anyway? As far as I know, we all in the struggle. Men get taken away from their homes and stuff. Not saying that it ain't something that they didn't participate in, but it's always a target on their back, man. For real, for real. And you know what I'm saying is true. You know that. Opportunities get black. Yo, opportunities get blocked. I said blacked? Wow. Yeah, that came up and out. Blacked. As in black balls, right? Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Opportunities get blackballed, and you don't even know why. Whole neighborhoods being forced to figure out life while the doors keep closing in our faces. Why? Families had to make adjustments just to keep it pushing. Why? So inside the house, people did what they had to do. Women stepped up and held it down because somebody had to make sure the kids were straight and the household kept going, right? And that kind of strength keeps and kept a lot of families together when everything on the outside was working against them. Real talk. At the same time, a lot of men were trying to stand tall in a world that treated them less than before they even had a chance to show who they were and who they are. And when a man keeps running into walls every time he tries to build something, you already know what that does to him. It wears him down, man. His mental, his heart is broken. All of that. Why? Why? So now you got two people in the same house trying to make life work. Each one carrying their own pressure. The woman feeling like she has to stay on top of everything because that's what she learned how to do early on. Tell me I'm lying. Go ahead, tell me. And the man is trying to figure out where he fits in without having that rug pulled out from underneath his feet. And how's he going to keep going? Tell me I'm lying. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because after a while, people stop looking at each other like they on the same team. The man starts feeling like he's being checked every step he takes. The woman starts feeling like she's holding everything together by herself. Tell me I'm lying. Both people got frustration building up, and nobody ever really sits down to trace back where all of that started. So the relationship turning into back and forth and bickering and fighting and shit. Do you, ooh, do you, do you know what y'all sound like? Can you hear that? I mean, it's crazy. But when you're in it, I get it because you're laser focused on your target. I get it. I really do. But know that it was never meant to be like that. So when you strip everything else away, the truth is real simple. A household runs the strongest when both sides respect what the other one brings to the table. And I'm not talking about just materialistic things. What value do they bring to the table? And when that understanding is there, people start working with each other instead of pushing against each other. Ashe? All right, let's move on. Woof. Let's clear something up. Because this word masculinity been getting twisted all kinds of ways. Every time people start talking about it, somebody pictures a loud dude barking orders, trying to run the house like a drill sergeant, talking over everybody, puffing his chest out. Like that's what being a man is supposed to look like. Oh man, that's not strength. That's insecurity dressed up like authority. Ouch, right? Yeah, I know. A man who knows who he is doesn't have to shout every 5 minutes to prove he's in the room. You feeling me? Real masculine energy is presence. It's where people feel it without you making a big show about it. And when a man is solid in himself, he don't need that to make the woman feel smaller so he can feel bigger. He doesn't treat every conversation like it's a contest between him and somebody else because he has to win. That's that little boy behavior. You know what I mean? Grasshopper shit. Man, that never got corrected. Anyway, a real man understands responsibility. When life is really, really weighing on you and decisions actually matter, he doesn't disappear when pressure shows up, you know? He ain't gonna let nobody else do things that he can do on his own. He ain't gonna let nobody else do it for him. The heavy lifting, the proverbial and physically, he's not gonna let it happen. When something needs to be handled, he handles it. People around him know he's dependable. His actions keep proving it. Now let's talk about the protection. Here we go with another word that just rolls around all the time. Protection, 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 protection. Lord, y'all don't really understand what that means. Protection isn't about being ready to fight somebody on the outside. It means guarding the whole surroundings of your house. The emotional space, the mental space, the energy. It means guarding the whole space, man. Like I said, the emotional space, the mental space, the energy people get when they walk through a door. They know what's up when they walk through the door. They can feel that energy. They feel it. if he's unstable, right? Everybody in that house feels it. If he's grounded, then everybody feels that too. When a man is operating like that, his partner feels it first. She doesn't feel like she's fighting her own teammate every day, or things that she has to brace herself for every time a conversation is to be had. There's room for her to breathe, to think, to bring her own wisdom into the house without turning it into a battlefield. And the kids can feel it too. They know the difference between somebody who just talks big and somebody who actually stands on business on what they say. When a father, right, is consistent, when he shows up and he follows through, most kids grow up understanding what dependable manhood looks like. That example sticks with them longer than any conversation or anything that you do. They know what it looks like because they've been watching you for real, you know. A man grounded in himself also understands that a woman beside him is not his old shh. She's not the op, man. She's not the op. She's the partner. She's your partner. And he doesn't compete with her voice. He listens to it. And he respects what she sees because he knows what she brings perspective he might lose or miss. And that's wisdom. And when a man stands in that kind of masculine energy, the whole house is going to move accordingly. The atmosphere settles down a little bit. Conversations start sounding like arguments waiting to happen. People feel like they can actually relax in their own damn house because they know someone is holding it down. Not perfect, because nobody's perfect, but dependable. And that kind of presence changes everything around you. Ashe? I'm not bashing. Don't go around saying blended bashing. I'm not bashing. I'm keeping it a buck. My perspective. Remember? My perspective.
Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, brother. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, brother. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. I see it. Brother. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. That's crazy. Brother. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Brother. Come on, brother. Go. Yeah, each one and teach one. Come on, brother. Go. Brother. You tired of seeing people suffer, my brother? Go, brother. Hey, come on, still in that emergency state. Go ready the date. If we don't get the act right, it just might be too late. No longer the wait. It's about time we elevate. I know you love to talk down and debate, but how we gon' find a way to keep the kids from getting hit by bullets dead straight on the switch of a gun that didn't fuck up the aim? Don't trip, I'm still pulling up on Saturday at 2 or even 2:30. Big mouthpiece back to clear up your vision, cause I know it's been getting blurry. They say that boy funny and he's strictly good vibes only. COC money land and this G is still the homies. Don't forget every other mental health money that come pull up on me. At about 2:45, we can't go live like it's us only. Surely but surely, old boy said he my dog, but this I heard he been hating on me. Hey, hold up, homie, come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, my sister, don't you know you are destined for greatness? Come on, sister, I put big brother mouthpiece in your playlist. Come on, sister, sleep with your twin husband, see that's tasteless. Come on, sister, where the love at? I see black.
Make sure that you tap into Big Brother Mouthpiece today. at about 2:30 Central Standard Time. Put that notification bell on. My bruh, he got a little time issue, but it's worth the wait. The link is in the chat. Men versus women. It's a trap. Let's talk about the women for a minute. This part right here gets misunderstood just as much as the masculine side. People hear feminine energy and they immediately start jumping to the wrong conclusion. Some people think it means being quiet all the time, sitting back, letting everybody else run things. Like a woman's job is just to go along with whatever's happening around her. Yeah, nah, that's not what we talking about. Real feminine energy is influence, awareness, the ability to read the room before anybody even says anything. Women have a way of picking up on things most people don't see or hear. They notice when somebody in the house ain't right emotionally, when a conversation is about to go left before it actually does go left. And that kind of awareness is powerful because it helps keep the household from spiraling out into chaos. Sometimes effectively, and sometimes not. Little jokey joke right there, meaning that, us chicks, we gangster bullies, man. You already know. Don't get it twisted. We really are. Push a button and see for yourself. You see, a strong woman understands the emotional climate of her house better than anybody. She knows when something needs to be addressed and when something needs to be handled with a little bit more patience. How to move conversations along without turning everything into a fight. That's wisdom, baby. Wisdom working in your favor. I want to clear something else up. A balanced woman doesn't feel like she has to fight for control every 5 freaking minutes. She doesn't have to raise her voice to make her presence known. She knows her strength that is already in her voice. And when she speaks, people listen because what she says carries weight. And when feminine energy is operating in that way, the way it's supposed to, it brings a different kind of stableness to the home. It nurtures the mindset of the children. Yeah, it teaches them empathy, understanding, and how to move through the world without turning everything into a fight, an argument, a battle, sometimes a war. And when a woman is grounded like that, she's standing beside a man who understands his role. Man, listen. Something powerful happens between those two energies. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine what that's like? I mean, like, wow. They stop pushing against each other and start working together in the house. The house is calm and the kids grow up watching cooperation instead of constant arguing and fighting and bickering and falling out and threatening and screaming and yelling, and the relationship doesn't feel like two people trying to win a competition anymore. You know what I mean? Tit for tat shit. Who wants to go through that every damn day? I mean, start feeling like a partnership And that right there is where the real balance inside a household begins. Can you just imagine if we just started working together as a unit? Not even in the house, but just in general. Sheesh. We could change the world. When a man and a woman stop fighting each other, yo, I'm ducking, yo. We here now. We here. Because we need to talk about this. Because sitting right there in the middle of all of those things and the relationship issues, a lot of what be going wrong between men and women really comes down to not standing in each other's positions in the first place. Know your role, know your position. You got men out here feeling like women don't respect them anymore. Like every move they make is getting checked or questioned. And on the flip side of that, you got a woman feeling like men walk away from responsibility and left them holding a bag by themselves and feeling disrespected. So both of those feelings exist. It's like the clash of the titans, man. It's like neither one of y'all feel as though that you need to have a conversation because you can't even do it. But the truth is, nothing gets better when everybody just keeps arguing about who's right, who's wrong, and that back and forth will have people stuck in the same place for years. For years. The real question is, wait a minute. Just pause. For years. Can you imagine sitting there arguing with somebody for years like that? Oh, gosh. The stress that must be on your damn heart. Wow. Must be incredible. You must have a high threshold for pain. I mean, I don't know how y'all can do it. I don't argue. I really don't. Not at home. Elevation maybe, but fighting? Yeah, nah. Yeah, we don't argue. Nope. Family was never meant to run like two opposing political parties arguing across a table all day long. It was never supposed to feel like people in the same house fighting for control of the same damn space. That's not how a household moves when it's healthy. You dig? A family works when a man and the woman understand they're running the same operation. The roles might look a little different, and the strengths might show up in different ways, but the mission is still the same. The mission is raising your kids who grow up with their heads on straight. The mission is protecting the home so the people inside of it feel safe and supported. The mission is building something solid that doesn't fall apart the moment one generation gets older. Did you get that? I hope you did. Let me say it again. The mission is having something built and that is so solid that it doesn't fall apart when one generation gets older than the next, and so on and so forth. Translation: when your next generation grows up so they don't repeat what that looks like, especially if it's not healthy. You got it? You got it? Good. Because that's what we are looking at. When both people remember that the goal is bigger than their ego, things will change. Conversations will stop sounding like fights waiting to happen. People start acting and moving accordingly, like teammates instead of opposition leaders. And then once that change happens, the whole house is on point. You dig? I hope you understand me. I really, really do. I hope you understand.
By the night, tarot spreads, visions clear. Chimeka Essentials is always near it. Chimeka Essentials, house of blessings running, spray so low, feel the magic press. Chimeka Essentials, house of blessings, Lord, every night, every way, lift your spirit rising.
Two of my favorites so you can see the variety. I pulled two of my favorites so you can see the variety. This one is Pink Champagne and Cream. It's soft, delicate, and a little bit celebratory. Perfect layering and fragrance. Let me show you something special from our aromatherapy line. This is our 3-ounce fine mist spray lit within. It's small enough for your bag, but clásicas de implement delicious vibes of look. Delicious. Because it's water-based, it melts into the skin and into the air. Never overpowering. Always.
Feel the miracles that
Make sure that you shop. Make sure that you shop at www.shamakaessentials.com. The House of Blessing for all your spiritual and aromatherapy and wholeness needs. Don't forget, it's the House of Blessings, but we also got the House of Holistic Healing, the Royalty House by Kells. The link is in the chat. All right. Here we go. Down the rabbit hole we go. How you're turning old pain into new direction. Yep. Let's deal with the elephant in the room. Crashing out. We have an elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen, because we could talk about men and women roles, all of that all day long. But if we don't address the baggage that people are dragging into these relationships, then we just dancing around the real issue, you know? A lot of us are walking around with old wounds, still with those old nasty bandages wrapped around it, looking foul, smelling foul, stuff from relationships past, from childhood. We even watched growing up in our own families that stuck with us, whether we wanted to or not. You saw arguments. You saw people storming out of the house. Trust getting broken, silence in the places where conversation should have happened instead of all these things leaves a mark. So now you got grown people out here trying to build something with somebody while they're having all this baggage with them of unresolved hurt. They got trust issues because they've been burned before, holding resentment from different situationships that happened a while back. People walking around scared that they're going to repeat the same bullshit that they saw growing up. And let's keep it 100. That fear is real. You can't build something new if every move you make is reacting to something that happened before. At some point, somebody's going to have to decide that they're going to be the grown up and move different. Not perfect, just different. That means a man stepping up and owning his responsibility without letting ego run the show. Leadership in a house ain't got nothing to do with barking orders. It's about being accountable for what happens under that roof. And on the other side of it, that means a woman being open to cooperation instead of feeling like she has to stay on guard every 5 to 6 seconds. A lot of women learn early that if they didn't handle everything themselves, it might not get done. That independence came from real situations, man. But when a real partnership is happening, everything doesn't have to feel like you're fighting the world by yourself. And both sides got to learn how to talk to each other, like for real. All of us do. I think we lack communication skills. And it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. And a lot of people don't grow up seeing healthy communication between adults. What they saw was yelling, shutting down, and ignoring each other, or people walking away from the conversation completely. So now we adults in the room are trying to figure out skills nobody even taught us. That's why fixing family structure isn't something that happens overnight. It ain't magic. It takes work. It takes people being willing to check themselves and doing things different. Even though you may not agree with it or feel comfortable about it, it may be the better situation. Not agreement or disagreement. That's discipline right there. And that discipline is how old pain stops running amok and running the show and starts turning into a new direction. So what does that mean for the next generation? The kids are watching all of it unfold while y'all caught up going back and forth. The kids are watching every bit of it. You think that kids only pay attention when you're talking directly to them? You should know that's not true, because kids study relationships way more than adults realize. They're little mini-me's running around acting like you. They watch how these adults around them move with each other and interact. They watch how their parents talk to each other and how disagreements get handled. Who steps up when something needs to be done and who checks out when things get uncomfortable. They watch everything, even when you think that they're in the other room playing with toys on their phones or tablets or computer. They're ear hustling, baby. And all of that becomes the picture that they carry in their head about what relationships are supposed to look like. Yeah. That's the model they take with them when they get older. So when we're talking about restoring balance inside the family, we're not just talking about two adults trying to feel better about their relationship. We're talking about the next generation learning while they sit there watching how things pan out. If kids grow up, and I already know what you know, that you know this, man, but I'm going to say it anyway. If kids grow up watching constant argument and disrespect and people trying to win every conversation, that becomes normal to them. But if they grow up watching two adults work things out, respect each other's role, and handle problems without turning the house upside down, that sticks with them too. They grow up understanding what cooperation really looks like and what somebody takes accountability looks like, and what it means for two people to actually build something together. And when kids grow up in that kind of environment, they walk into a world with a different kind of confidence. They don't spend half their adult life trying to figure out what a healthy household even looks like. Let me tell you something else about the bigger picture. When the conversation gets bigger than the couple trying to fix their situation, healthy families don't just sit and stay inside the walls of one house. They shape the whole neighborhood around them. Come on, man. You got to know this. The neighbors are all up in your business, watching who going in, who going out, who arguing, who fighting. Come on, man. Some of these people in your neighborhood, if you got a rocky house like that, some of those people in you're taking care of your kids. Let's keep it a buck. If you're a strong family, you build a strong neighborhood. And if you have a strong neighborhood, you're going to build a strong community. And a strong community is going to know how to protect themselves, finances, political, and cultural, because the people inside those communities actually stand together. The opposite side of that, you already know. Like I just said, them people in your neighborhood is putting food in your child's stomach, giving them a hug. And I know in this day and age, the way things are going on in this world, you don't know if you can trust that or not. But it is what it is. You may not know about it, but somebody around here is watching. And if they ain't doing that, they calling the peoples. So catch your life and get your life together, because it's not just about you. It's about them, about your seed, about your next generation. So figure it out and get it right. They ain't asked to be here, but damn it, they here. So get it right. Let me say this to you. When a man and a woman move with mutual respect, when they understand what their roles are and move accordingly with purpose, then the house is standing on something solid, not sinking sand. And when enough houses start standing solid like that, the whole community is moving in the right direction. And that's how real restoration starts, with people getting their house in order and letting that strength spread out. You dig? You got it? All right. I'm about to wind this up for you, because I got a little trick for you. Men versus women is a trap. You want me to tell you why? After all of that, I'm going to tell you. Now I'm going to tell you. I just want to bring it back, because we got to bring it back to something that sits inside each and every single one of us. And I said it right there in the beginning. And if you didn't catch it, you missed it. All this talk about men and women and roles and responsibilities and respect and cooperation, at the root of that is something deeper. Every human being walking around carries both sides inside of them. That's the truth. The masculine and the feminine. The strength that stands firm and the wisdom that knows when to soften. Part of you protects and part of you nurtures. So when men versus women is a trap, the trap is inside of you, because you're not balancing your masculine and feminine side. Thus it spills out. Poof. Mind-blowing condition. You not okay. Let me do this again. The masculine and the feminine, the strength that stands firm, and the wisdom that knows when to soften. Part of you protects and part of you nurtures. And both of these forces live in every one of us. Men versus women. When in actuality, it's men, masculine, women, feminine energies are in both of us. All of us. All of us have both sides. So the fight is within and it just spills out. Some of the confusion that we see between men and women happen when people forget that people start acting like these energies are supposed to fight each other instead of working together. Balance, man. But when a person gets themselves balanced on the inside first, everything about how they move in the world starts changing. The way they talk, how they respond instead of react, and how they build relationships. Balance begins on the inside. And that's your fight. And that's your trap. Balance begins on the inside. And when the masculine and feminine energies inside a person learns how to cooperate instead of compete, that person becomes grounded. Can they stop reacting to everything around them and start moving with intention? And when two people who understand that come together, the relationship moves different. It's not a power struggle anymore. It's two people bringing their full selves to the table. Let me say that. Your full selves to the table. Excuse me, still got this cold. Your full selves is half divine masculine, half divine feminine. You got it. He got it. You got it. He got it. And the balance of those two energies inside of yourself. It's not a power struggle anymore. It's two people bringing their full selves to the table and building something with purpose. That's the real work right there. Getting yourself balanced so you can show up whole, not as a half person. Because when you get balanced, your family gets stronger, which in turn makes your community stronger. And all of that starts from there. Balance the masculine, balance the feminine, move with both. That's where the real power is. Ashe, you got it? That's why I said it was a trap. Because y'all are looking at it the wrong way. Y'all are looking at man versus woman when it's actually masculine versus feminine. But the fight is an internal one. And if it's not balanced, then you have a more heavier side to the masculine side, which is authority, leadership, in your face. Got to get it done. All right. And then you got some that have more feminine energy, like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, I'm a damsel in distress. You know what I'm saying? You got to balance that energy on the inside of you. Each and every one of us do. Because if we don't do that, then we're going to fall into it and we're going to start fighting not only ourselves, we're fighting with our partners or our friends or our situationships or relationship, whatever ship you want to call it. That's what I'm talking about. So, with that all said, I hope you got it. because I sure took you through it to get you right back to where you started from, if you was paying attention. And that's it, and that's all. I said what I said. I'm out of here. Don't hold me. I'm leaving. I said what I said, and I'm out. I'm gone. All right? Have a good day. Please move with purpose. You know, move with purpose. Please move with purpose. And I'll see you when I see you. Be well. Stay safe. Out there in them streets. I'll see you. Deep bow.
That I've been thinking about magic, happen, action, baby, we never lasted. Magic, madness, maybe you was just guessing, but it was better than I imagined. Drastic acting to you, it was just practice. Sadness, masking, hated you with a passion. Had it granted, baby, I didn't cap it, cause it was better than I imagined. Thought it'd be worse, cause it hurts me. But still, I can't see myself with no one else, cause it was better than I imagined. Better than I imagined. Trust me, love me, no one can ever make you stay true. Hate to say it, but it's too late. My expectations too you can't relate to, baby, but I don't blame you, baby. You were the one I always escape to. Take to a place, maybe I'm just afraid to know you. Need you to tell me if it's okay too. Is it okay? I thought it'd be worse, cause it hurts me, but still I can't see myself with no one else, cause it was better than I imagined. Better than I imagined. Cause it was better than I imagined. Better than I imagined. On the scramble to get a flight, I lost my phone. Calling from the hotel phone. I couldn't get a flight back to the States. I realized you're the only number I know by heart. Last time I was here, we were together, remember? I tried to tell you how I felt. And you stopped me. And you said, don't ruin it. Cause this is better than I could have ever imagined. I hope you're okay. Staying inside. I hope you're not lonely. I'll call again. Maybe they'll answer. This is better than I could have ever imagined.